he's back.
Missed him last week. There's some moron sitting in your place, mate.
Derek won't be back after that performance.
No?
No, all the coop and show either.
Tell you what, Dale was good at the weekend again.
He's flying.
Aye.
Press is
Scored
great.
again, man. He just loves a fat bar.
Obviously,
Doesn't
he's fat.
Do you think he's getting sick of the chat on the Cooper show with us?
he?
Must be.
He's proper emotional, eh?
Amazing. That was amazing. He is at the base guy.
I like that in men.
I think he's going to follow in his boy's footsteps to go down the try and be the stripper.
We seen him peeking in, didn't we, the other day?
Peter.
The strippers, so don't know if he's got a date or not.
Who's he stripping for?
Great question. Fuck it.
I've seen him 4 times in the last week and he's had that shirt on
I like
every
that. I like
time.
that jacket.
What a shite.
I like this wee bubble.
But would you wear it with a shirt?
The bomber's alright.
Would you wear it with a shirt when you call
he's
it?
obviously
A gilet is for a collar to go at.
He's wearing the
Or a
gilet
hood.
because there's obviously stains down the front of the t-shirt.
No, there's no.
It's usually with a
style.
tablecloth under it. I don't know if it matches it.
Oh my!
wow.
There's a pervert. There's a pervert there. What? See if he was thinking about your house, you'd phone the police, wouldn't you?
Somebody phone the police, quick.
Getting headaches in it. Bad headaches. So you can slag all you want, but I've got headaches, so.
Mate, like,
Looks like Harry Potter.
that's
Mate,
not.
it's too small for you.
You need a beard.
Aye, there. So, look no bad.
Looking
Fresh.
very sophisticated. Mate. I
man.
like that.
By the way, I've seen some good football this weekend, but big Kindurren. Big,
Flying big
big
stuff.
Kevin Allardyce is the man.
Flank
The
you.
boys are doing that. Boys are honestly
Unreal, mate.
amazing.
Some of the football.
Some of them
Some
are
of the
amazing.
accents you're hearing as well, mate.
I know. They like it when I go Dutch. Aye.
You're done brilliant though, mate.
No, I tell you what, I spoke to the guy yesterday that helped me set it up, and after 2 weeks I had only had 2 players, so I was panicking, and knew we're flying.
What session you doing tonight?
I don't know what we're doing tonight. It's obviously wet, so I'm going to need to...
So does weather conditions come into your thinking for your
because
session?
when it's wet, you don't want the kids to be standing about.
Why do you ever want them to be standing out?
No, I don't want to stand about.
Good question,
Wow,
Philip.
he's
I don't mind.
No, because sometimes
Don't
when it's...
mind that.
This is a concerned parent asking.
No, that's fine. Because obviously, I've only charged you 25 quid this month, so you can ask a question. But no, the night I'm just thinking it might be a bit of fun tonight. Get some games proper like.
Jude will not be coming tonight, mate.
Nah, forget that. Leave
He'll be
that
sitting.
one.
I heard about the team buses you've got. It's good, isn't it?
What's that one?
Also, Larry, Barry, Gary, and Harry all going to the games in a Ferrari.
You've got an agent as well, isn't it? Ari, for Ontra.
Harry Golds. What a guy he is. I've seen on the Raj.
Aye, brilliant.
What a show that is.
You look like WE out on Ontra.
I hate that wee guy, mate. He's a wee loose on me.
You lied.
Lloyd. That's a Chinese guy, isn't he? No way.
Oh, right, you got Lloyd to the on, man.
See, I'll take some stick, but I'm not going with Lloyd. Lloyd's no chance.
So Jude's just got his accent through for the night in the scenario that he's put him in, so it's a Frenchman with a bit of baguette in his teeth.
Did you own this a bit?
We did was brilliant.
But because he watches us.
Did you give a wee flavour for that then?
Can you give me a wee flavour for the French with a baguette in the mouth?
I've decided after the weekend that the accents are gone. I'm getting too
No.
many messages.
Come on, why?
Too many messages saying that accent shit needs to be dropped. That's enough
That's
for
why
me.
you keep
Fuck the haters, come on. We love it.
Haters are just fans of the show, and I'm just thinking like,
I don't
gotta
listen
keep
to
the
Just a wee, but we never had a French. Right, last one. We'll end it here. A French accent. So we never had
Is this
that
the last
yet.
one ever?
But
Sexy Frenchman.
mine,
Bonjour.
pick the baguette though. Pick the
God,
baguette with your
Kevin.
teeth.
Right.
That's amazing.
J'habite Gumbernauld.
No.
That was incredible.
Mind the baguette, Kev.
You bit your teeth stuck.
Fucking hell.
What was in that baguette?
Pastrami.
Kev.
It's a fucking
How have you-
French soup.
How have you used to been this weekend? What have you been up to?
Mate, I've missed these, man.
What have you been up
You've been
to?
up to Andy, you've been quiet.
Mate, I've seen him Friday night.
sure you
This
are.
is the type of guy he is, right? Because I heard an amazing story. He missed the Rangers game to go to a charity
I heard
for
that
kids.
as well. Somebody told me that at the golf course.
And then full support, mate. Friday night turns up. Broomhill under 20s.
Right, check out the under 20s, how they're getting on.
How are they getting on?
I don't know if we can go into detail too much, but I've seen one of the best individual performances of my life.
Who's from? Your
True
brother?
or false?
Opposition,
He was
unbelievable.
unreal.
mate.
Who was
It's
it?
like Paddy McCourt without the acne,
Is he
mate.
good?
Oh my god, mate. That's what
With
he was.
are you on a scouting mission for him?
Keep it close. Keep it. Don't.
We keep the cards close to our chest
Aye,
here at
for
Broomhill.
Hearts, mate.
You've been non-stop,
Aye, really?
haven't you, mate?
Right, he was
Aye,
that good,
non-stop.
honestly.
So what do you
brilliant.
think there? The kid obviously got ability. What's happened then? Why is he there? What's happened?
No, that's what we're going to find
Aye.
out.
But we've all seen the types of scenario in football where
Aye.
somebody at a certain age, he's going to make it, might go down wrong path
Yeah.
somewhere or another and end up.
So there's something
Gone all the
happened to
way
that.
back.
Because I remember
You find a lot of good
I
players
remember I
like
seen
that.
a boy at Aaron Clyde that was similar. You think, why is he
aye.
playing that?
Look at this
Aye,
guy.
I know,
Look
aye.
at this guy.
Who are we talking
What's the point in that one?
Talking about one of them. I've heard the wee man was playing five-a-side the other day, and I heard he was pop.
What do you mean, Robbie?
Talk us through your performance. Go first. So you walk out. Did you get the motor?
Out of the motor.
Were you there earlier and late?
I'm bang on right on the hour.
I'd have preferred you.
So no, you did a stretch, just
Stretching the
shot
motor.
a jumper off.
Stretching Robbie in the motor.
We know they're stretching each other. The back seats. He's like, that's one of his big things, Robbie, isn't it? No, but I was brilliant. I don't like to talk myself up.
So talk us what were you good at?
Felt really sharp again, which I didn't think. That was the thing that was putting me off going back. I felt I don't know if you can get that back, but evidence is showing that it is there. It's there again. So really, really good. Cameraman was 25 minutes late, which was a disgrace.
That's some of your best work was in that first 25 as well.
For the last 35 minutes.
Was it a Milner-like performances?
No, it was proper ability. Popping round the corner.
Do you think people would pay money to come see the new Paul Slane?
I think so, mate.
Were the boys you're playing with on the same level? No, miles
What
off
was?
it.
Fitness, more fit.
Fitter,
Ability.
but ability is not.
Maybe. I thought.
And amazing that he played 5 or 6 out of shirt on.
You forgot to take the bib off.
He forgot to take the bib off. Navy bibs.
Yeah, do you know what? Forget it.
That's good to Paul, I'm proud of you. And then we went to a game Saturday, didn't we?
See, because Condorit's sponsored by Vision Express and obviously got the glass now, don't we get a pair of sports goggles? Just to
No, just for my when I'm reading and stuff.
Okay.
Will you be alright playing with the eyes like that? The mince pie's fucked.
That's why I'm saying the sports goggles.
No, I'll be fine. I'll be
We
listen,
Edgar Davids.
It's just headaches I get
Aye,
with
you
the
could
reading
do
and
alright.
stuff, do you know what I mean? By the way, we went to see a game. You're fucking so passionate to side, mate, aren't you? It just doesn't stop.
Aye.
Sweet love, innit?
You've not got a job yet, mate.
I have got a job.
But you've not started.
In there it started, didn't it?
But you're like when you watch a game as well, weren't you? With any team. I remember coming up your house with the Man U game, remember?
Aye.
You get so angry when they're no days.
Can't enjoy a game, mate.
You were in on the 20s or not?
Yeah.
Wanting them to do well and...
You need to be
Talking
man,
about
that's
the-
what your job is, isn't it?
We're going to go into it, but you're putting a lot of hard work, mate, aren't you?
Enjoying it though, mate.
Are
Meeting
you?
players, I have enjoying
Meetings.
it.
You're at a 20s Friday, first
something
team
coming
I'll wait to
Saturday.
hear this one. Andy,
No.
wait to hear this one. Si's met a few players, right?
Facial on Monday.
Are you going to wrap that?
I'm going to stop
Oh,
the
that-
You need to stop it
No,
now.
you need to start the face. No, in fact, never change, mate. Be
Coaching,
yourself.
exactly, be yourself.
Be yourself.
Society meeting players, right? So I've never been. It's not to do with me. It's Si's. So up at Si, right, meeting the players, giving his message. So I was with Si one of the times I met a player. So I was just there in the other boots. So we met the player for the first time I've ever met a player. So we get there. So the players meet speaking to Si, but I'm there as well. So I said to the boy, "Do you want a coffee?" So I went and got a coffee, mate. He's second back to the table, mate. Did that round coffee with the boy. Mate, how bad is that?
We boy had a droll jumper on, it probably cost about £300, mate. He's like that with the fucking big dildo arm.
I couldn't believe it, mate. Right, and so see, because when Si's obviously gone there, it's know this. Do you know what I mean? So it's your passion for football and the way you speak to him. Obviously, it's that. So if I'd done it with anywhere else in the walk of life, you'd be carrying on having a laugh. But it just went dead silent, didn't it?
But you were good. Because the boys agreed to sign, so
Is he?
worked your magic, mate. Huh?
I just love that getting coffee poured there. Mate.
Proud of them, Kev.
Do you know what, Andy? Like, seeing it, the more I read about it on the social medias and stuff like that, like, proper looking forward to see how it goes out, plans out, because, like, I think you've earned your chance at doing it because you've had a good football career first and foremost, but secondly, you've put in a lot of, which people maybe don't know, the amount of work you've put in back doors at Peterhead, coaching the boys every Tuesday, Thursday.
Puts a lot of hard work on the back.
So,
For sure.
oh, aye, definitely. There's different back doors, Paul.
But you do, mate. You do. Listen, I'd love to have a wee pop at you now, but you do.
I think you're right.
And I would also love to say that I would love to be able to be in that position as well, but your knowledge of the local, the level you're going at and the players that you're trying to get, that's incredible because we can all coach and we can all talk to people, but see if you don't have the knowledge of what you're needing and where do you get them from, that's massively key.
It's only praying for you, big man.
English Premier.
English playing big boy.
That's why I
innit?
have
He
to
just flung
take
in a wee
over.
guy that shit level.
Well done, me, man. All the best for your wee
No,
long
it's like no,
it's good that you know about
I'm
that.
looking forward to coming along and seeing
say
how
that,
they go and how they
brilliant.
progress, come and watch train and pick up some ideas. And I'm just thinking there's some big plans for Broomhill.
Hey, for Russell Anderson to the fourth biggest football club in Scotland.
You always get
They won it.
Was that a hard watch for you back then?
I tell you right now, that was
You
one
knew
of the
that one to
hardest watches of all time. That
was when you started scudding Keevans, wasn't you?
Aye,
During that
was
interview.
it. Simon did the wrong
Got your
pass.
eye
You
on
want
it.
to sign Big Russell? Big Rusty?
No, I'm going to sign Keevans.
Aye.
Up front.
Up front.
We buzzed
Can he still run the channels, isn't he?
Mate,
You Jack Terrier, isn't
You're
he?
busy in the pockets, mate. You want him in the pockets? I know.
He's busy in your pockets, isn't he?
But Simon, the biggest cup in the whole wide world, you take it from here, Andy Halliday, Grosvenor
I go on
Sport.
Andy Halliday.
Sign up offer from Grosvenor Sport is bet £5 and get £25 and free bets on any sport. If you bet Verstappen,
Who done it
One
yesterday
again.
again?
No.
My amazing.
He's relentless for Strap on, isn't he? Once he gets going, he doesn't stop, does he?
Non-stop, aye. Non-stop.
So sign up
Leclerc's
at
struggling with him.
gsport.com/open goal.
Superb.
So where was Steve Leclerc?
Runner up, I think.
He was on top of Verstappen at one stage, wasn't he?
Aye.
He's always behind him.
My head was third again.
He might
wasn't
never wants to go first, but
he? My head was
He's
third.
always wanting Verstappen behind him, isn't he?
Made any stunt.
How you big man,
Kevin,
right?
YouTube.
YouTube, aye, as always, guys, remember to subscribe, hit that like button and subscribe button, Open Goal YouTube channel.
Right, before we go on, we're going to get into the football bit. Holidays, because the season's nearly done. He's all going away.
Nah.
Are you doing that very
I've
often?
got away. I have no booked yet, but I was looking at Italy.
Oh, beautiful Lake Garda.
Well,
I was looking at...
he could give you a few words, few accents.
I've never heard it, Tom.
No, I picked up Italian this morning with Fabio.
Did you take it enough from accent-wise?
No, he thought my Italian was good.
Or did you?
Aye, he did. Aye. So, no, I would like to go on holiday, but Open Goal's not paying enough for this. So just
There's always a dig in there, isn't there?
no,
Always a wee
not
dig.
at all. No, I'm just thinking, Simon.
Change your
Passports are out of
life.
date. Passports are out to run it.
How's it?
Aye, passports are fucking
How's that
busted.
happen?
Just not been on holiday for 4 or 5 years.
How about you? You going anywhere?
I just said Paul.
Aye.
What about you, Paul? You must be going somewhere nice.
Him and Tom Boyd are going to Cyprus all in, aren't you?
Aye. Just a week to get away.
Factor 69 the free.
So you've got a few stag
cat,
do's. A few stag do's.
Lenny's taking it.
I'm going away, mate. We're going to Barcelona.
Oh, are you? Barcelona, my favourite
And
city.
Tenerife, innit?
Tenerife, mate.
Where else? Somewhere else.
That's a stag do.
Favourite
You
city.
definitely
Is
had a
it
6-minute
Barca?
holiday in the last few days.
Not at all.
You have.
Went there for Lynn's 30th. That city.
Oh, by the way, Tottenham climbing a mountain yesterday with my boys and his football team. Who was at the top of the mountain? Lynn Kyle looking tremendous.
Seen people shoot at the same
She
mountain.
climbs. She climbs a mountain every weekend.
She had a couple of mountains sitting in her t-shirt.
Aye, she fucking like she did. Aye, Twin Peaks.
I mean, we pals were on it as well.
Oh, Julian. I can't remember.
What position do they play?
Centre forward. But it was great to see her.
Aye, she was. Aye, it was great to see
Well, we
you.
hug. I was just going to say, all right, but the hug and a wee kiss.
I know. She says that Simon's.
lift up?
He's so flirty. He's so flirty.
Did she say that?
Aye, she says he's so flirty.
Love that.
See, what takes you to Italy then?
What t-shirt there, me man?
Keeping's going to be, you know?
No, he doesn't like.
On the wee boat, what's that wee place with the
Doesn't like
boats?
pasta. Mine does bean juice.
Beans. It's the beans.
cold beans.
Want to go somewhere I've not been before, so a couple of places in Italy. Rome, Florence.
Oh, Rome is beautiful.
Nice.
I've heard Florence is definitely
That's
better.
not good, Florence.
I feel as if we've ruined whatever this holiday joke you were setting up.
No, it wasn't that. It was the 69 I won.
69,
69.
I will be getting it.
Oh, right,
For
sorry,
fitness
yeah.
camp.
But I was thinking like other managers, players, where would they go? Martindale, Newcastle for 2 weeks.
Aye.
GMS and his pals,
Big
Malters.
Milky Mackay, Benidorm. Definitely. Benidorm. Get the tribute accent. Not a problem.
But
I think,
Mackay Stevens and his pals are one of them that take like 100 Johnnies away with them and not one Johnny is used on it.
Get the 100 man.
Just for a waterboard fight, innit?
Come back with 101. Imagine Davey Martindale 2 weeks in Newcastle.
Oh my god.
Just raving.
Callum Davidson's, he's got like Transylvania or something. 100%.
Oh my god. Where does big Ange back to Australia?
Aye.
You've got a wee bit of the Gio look a bit, is that what you're
That's why I went for the Gio in the semi-final, wasn't it?
Aye.
What would you have shouted? Who would you have shouted at vis-a-vis? Let's see if you can rival him.
No, I'm not near that. I'm too sophisticated. I'm a businessman out there, so don't want to fuck about with the nonsense.
So wait,
anymore.
businessman, no entrepreneur, businessman.
Well, either or. I don't want to fuck about with nonsense anymore when you're doing it, so you just keep the nonsense up, I'll keep the money
see
rolling.
that.
Right, one of the most historic weeks in Rangers history.
Definitely.
Can they do it? Are they favourites? Yes or no?
They're no favourites on paper, but for me, I think.
Why are they not favourites?
I think. I don't know. I think Eintracht Frankfurt's the favourites, but I would say that they're the favourites for me.
Yeah, but that's what I mean, between us, they're the favourites.
I think they win it.
I think they win it.
I think they win it as well. And deservedly so, because I think last week we all had our predictions for how Leipzig would come, and Leipzig were all right, but Rangers were far better. I think the clue was in the first leg. I think Rangers sat back cautiously, rightly so, but the one or two opportunities they had of going forward, they caused Leipzig problems, especially Kint on the left cutting inside, and then obviously during the week there, Kint was pivotal in two of the goals. The one, the shot for Tavernier's goal and the dink to the far post for which eventually fell to Lundstrom, but Rangers just look so hard to beat.
The atmosphere
So
was a
well
joke, wasn't it? The
organised.
atmosphere
Do you think the atmosphere plays that big a part?
It has to.
Even against players at that level, do you think?
Because when you look at the group stage games, every game at Ibrox, Rangers have scored within like the first
Early
10
doors,
minutes,
that's where
early
they've done
doors.
well, innit?
And then the fans have got on top of that, and then the players have fed off the fans, and it's just been a continuous. And see when I think that when they played the 1-2 into the middle layoff, and he was through, and Griggs made that unbelievable save. Rangers looked dead on their feet there, and I'm like, oh God, they're tiring, they're really tiring. And then they scored, and I was like, oh no. But then just for somewhere, they've got that bit of wizardry for Kent, dinked it over, and the cross is that good. The defender can't even put the ball anywhere else, and big Lundstrom's put in, and then the place is just erupted.
What I like about Van Bronckhorst this year though is he's changed it so many times.
During the game style as well.
I think him as a manager's changed since that game at Parkhead.
Yeah, I did.
I think like he's obviously learnt stuff for that game. You even think for the 3-0 for him since that game, I know been a mixed bag of results, a win, a draw and a defeat, but their approach to the game was so different to that one at Parkhead.
Yeah.
And then in Europe, I don't know, man. You look at that starting 11, it was 12 million, and you're looking at Leipzig's and Dortmund's and... But we've said it so many times, like me and you especially have said it so many times, is like the best teams and the teams that do well are the ones that are better out of possession. And I think every team Rangers have played, even Dortmund, Leipzig, Rangers have been better out of possession.
Yeah.
Dortmund might have dominated spells of the game. I agree with you. I thought when Leipzig made it 2-1, I thought
Rangers are beat.
Rangers are out. Yeah, because they did for a 5-10 minute period, they looked dead on their feet. But then how they found it fitting themselves to get
Well, we're lucky lads. Before he goes to jail, we've got a German correspondent, Boris Becker. So can you tell us a wee bit about Frankfurt, please, Boris?
Well, funny is that they've lost their last... sorry.
Are they serving volley or are they play for the back?
Like, I'm getting sick of me, I'm really am. See the last 9 games, Frankfurt haven't won in the league. But what I'm going to say about that is be careful with that though, because in the same time, they've knocked out Barca, beat Barca away. They've knocked out Betis, who are a good side, obviously.
But is that such a big feat though? Like, I know everyone beats Barca now, didn't they? I think of some of the Spanish teams that beat Barca this year.
You're still
Who's in the
expecting
Champions
Barca to
League?
beat Frankfurt.
Who's in the Champions League final? Real Madrid. What's going with Barca when they beat the
Barca one-off game, that's what I'm saying. So Barca could go for great to shite in any given game.
It's a great result, not Barca, as I'm saying.
Yeah.
So what I think is they've maybe not took the league as serious, so maybe don't look at their league position. They'll be a good side, but I've said every round, the 2 German teams, I said they're going to win 3 Rangers, but I think Rangers are going to do it.
You're only saying that so it goes the opposite way.
100%.
So geez a bit, how do they play Frankfurt, do we know?
Better than the counter-attack again.
Right.
Leipzig, we thought that as well. You were spot on. I got that one wrong when they went to Ibrox. You said the crowd would be too much for them.
I get it right every week, but I don't need...
So did they sit in? Did they sit in and hit on the counter?
Well, v Barca they did. Barca had all the ball and they just kept breaking through. Then v West Ham at the... What's that stadium called? The Olympic Stadium. Is that what they call that?
Yeah.
They done the exact same at West Ham. But I don't think Rangers are going to be open though.
No, Rangers will go for the start.
But
Look how well that's worked when they've got that early goal.
But Rangers will come out and go for it, but they don't leave themselves open behind Rangers. Yeah. They're good at getting back into their shape. So I don't know how they'll approach it.
I just think defensively, even going for it, I think Rangers defensively are very, very secure that they shouldn't really need to worry about too much coming back at them on the counter-attack. I think
when you've got Jack and Lundstrom on the other pitch, Kev, you can get your 2 foot back because they cover the ground so quick.
And I also look at, I keep championing him, like, see Big Bassey, I don't know if he is quick.
He's unbelievable. But
he's quick. So for me, like, sometimes Goldson's great with keeping the ball at the deck and keep the organisation right, but sometimes when he gets out of position, Bassey's always there covering, and I think that's important. And I don't know, I just see, for me, I would love... What's annoyed me about the final is the fact that it's in Seville and it's 40,000 people. It's a disgrace. I genuinely believe that the UEFA need to look at it and say, right, Champions League should always be a certain minimum level of stadium, and then the Europa League should be two choices. So in the same country, so it gives you the countries benefiting from it, a 40,000 and an 80,000, and if 2 low league teams get there to the final, put them in that shitty stadium. But the likes of Rangers and Frankfurt are going.
You're right.
You're needing Frankfurt.
That should be the Bernabeu. It should be the Bernabeu or one of the big
European
stadiums.
Cups. I'm sure they were winning European Cups back in the early years of football. Eintracht Frankfurt are huge.
Yeah, well, they took 35,000 to Barcelona, didn't they?
So I don't know how many Rangers are going to take.
9,500 tickets.
9,500.
And they wonder why, right? when hundreds of thousands, when Celtic were in Seville, Rangers and Manchester, why hundreds of thousands of people go to the city and there's so many people in the seats. Sky get tickets, you only get 9,500 tickets.
9,500 tickets.
You should have a minimum, an absolute minimum of a 50, 60,000 stadium for a European final.
The amount of stadia that's in the world now, in Europe especially, in over 80,000, there should be minimum 80,000.
9,500.
And I know like sponsors have to, but how many fucking sponsors are there?
Grosvenor. It's
Like-
full 40,000, isn't it?
Like,
Which is quite right. I'm all for it.
When we play, you got fucking 2 tickets a game. So how is it that somebody, because they sponsor the Champions League, are getting fucking 20,000 tickets? Come on.
Football's for the fans.
Football's
Don't know
for
if
the
you've ever heard
fans.
this
It's
quote. I
shit.
came up with this. Football is nothing without fans.
Yeah, well, brilliant.
Aye.
Good.
But see, the thing is, Si, you're saying about only 9,500 tickets, what you'll end up finding is, see, the guys that get tickets is one with money. It's not the guys that go to every game and every round. And,
So you'll be there then?
but that's the way it works, unfortunately. So
I know, because true story, back when Rangers got to Manchester, when was that, 2008? My pal phoned me up and says, Kev, you get me 2 tickets. You know anybody get 2 tickets for the UEFA Cup final? I says, oh, I'll ask a friend. So at the time I was playing with Sunderland, texted my agent. I says, you know anybody? He texted Martin Bain, got 2 tickets. And I says, I've got you them 2 tickets. He says, how much are they? I says, oh, they just say 28 quid face value. So I gave him 2 tickets, 28 quid face value. And looking back now, that doesn't happen. But I didn't deserve to ask for them because somebody's been to the games every week. But that's what's going to happen over in Seville. Somebody's going to turn up that's not been to a Rangers game the whole life, but they've managed to pay 10, 15, 20 grand for a ticket and off they go. And I just think it's totally shit. But the support that Rangers will take there,
I think Rangers will end up getting more than their allocation to
I hope
win.
they do.
I could imagine a big
I think they need.
Rangers
I think the fans.
contingency in the
I think the fans in the stadium need.
they'll end up just taking tickets off of Frankfurt fans, won't they?
Rangers-
That's stupid.
they'll have a big following as well. aye.
Oh, they've got a
Are they
massive
not, is it?
following.
Aye.
Aye. Did you see them
How
doing
do you
it
know
in
Boris?
London?
How do you know that, Boris?
Been in a few times.
You don't see them doing it in London when they played West Ham. You don't see them doing it in London when they played West Ham.
No.
And the police had to escort them through the park.
I did that right? They're one of them.
Aye, proper.
Right, what is it about this team that saw them do so well? Because I heard Tomo speaking and he was saying about his Rangers team that got to that final, very defensive, kind of played for set pieces, 1-0 victories. But this Rangers team have done both, haven't they? Away from home, they've kind of done that a bit at home. They've played on the front foot.
I couldn't even give you an answer, mate, because I'm not going to hide behind what I said a couple of weeks ago. I didn't think they would go through against Dortmund. I thought Leipzig was going to be a step too far. And I think, mate, they've done it with a striker, mate. They don't get a striker. And Joe Aribo's playing as a false 9, or Scott Wright's not really played a lot of football this year. Sakala's sort of been in it. But just unbelievable the fact that they've managed to do it.
See when there's an opportunity for Rangers.
You can't
Paul.
help it.
Sorry, Paul.
No, not at all.
I'm
Keep
gonna let
talking.
you.
No, keep talking.
See what I
sacked
think
tomorrow,
is a
fine.
big difference. See what the big difference is. See when Rangers attack, you've got full-backs coming up. Tav, James Tavernier.
And that Manchester team with Christian Daly.
Mate, fucking scoring goals for fun. What other teams he got?
He's a top scorer, isn't he?
Top scorer in the
In
Europa
the-
League.
Madness.
I don't know what.
a mad
I don't know
team.
how they've got there, but they've deserved to get there. They've played well. When I think in games like the Dortmund when they went 2-1 down, and even in the Leipzig game when they went to 2-1, there was an opportunity there for the Dortmund or Leipzig to kick on. The Rangers crowd, he got behind them, and Rangers have found something else. So that credit goes.
Who put 10 pence in him before he came?
I just like.
You're on it, mate.
I've sat on that taxi this morning for fucking 8 hours.
Farting, just farting. Your
Nobody's
bum's
speaking to me.
Your
Came in on the phone,
Nobody's
no?
speaking to me.
Your bum's been speaking all day. So it's a missed
Nobody's speaking to me, so I'm just getting out. So Paul, you were saying?
Do you feel though when you say as much as you do it, we need a bit more though coming to something? Just about what I'm about to do here.
Right, okay,
Right,
go
here
for
we
it,
go.
Paul.
Wait till you hear this, because he texted me saying there's going to be a stage in the podcast that I'm going to stop Kev and I'm going to give you the best bit of insight you've ever heard.
Right, okay,
Let's
go
hear
for
it.
it.
No, listen, are you right?
Yes.
Right. It's a great achievement to get in a European final any time. When Walter Smith done it was unbelievable. But in that run, they scored 5 goals
Aye.
after the
Every
group
game was
stages.
0-0.
Right. So the difference is with this
Right,
team,
right.
they've scored 16 goals after the group stages. Do you know what I mean, Si? So from after the there's my numbers there.
wrote them down.
So from Walter Smith's team after the groups, from the round of 32 up to the final, they scored 5 goals. This team before the final now have scored 16. That's unbelievable. And
So and what's the point?
they're going out to win games. And every single round they've deserved to go. And I think they're going to do the same in the final.
Most passes in the Europa League this season.
Yeah.
Have they?
Most tackles. Most balls recovered. Most goals.
Wow.
Obviously, they've probably played more games because they've got to final than some of the teams. But Lyon, Frankfurt, these teams still played a lot of games.
See, another thing though, but Van Bronckhorst deserves a massive amount of credit.
Massive,
but these players were doing well in Europe under Gerrard as well.
I know.
Does Europe suit these players more than maybe the SPL?
Well, I think was it Ryan Kent or James Tavernier that got asked about that? And he said, like, 'cause when they went through a sort of sticky spell against domestically, and he says, well, teams are coming out to try and beat us.
Yeah.
So obviously Rangers, I've said that numerous times with Ryan Kent. If Ryan Kent gets 1-on-1 against anyone, he's going to be hard to defend against. Then domestically, people are saying, how can he be that good in Europe? But then in domestically, he's going to be a bit quiet. But in domestically, he's playing, but you know what it's like, you're just doubling up on him, so you make it hard to play against. But in Europe, he can tip teams on the counter-attack, he's in transition, he gets 1v1s. So it's completely different, but at the same time, they're playing guys in teams with top miles more budgets, top players, top level players. But the fact of the matter is, some of the players, you look at Tav, mate, Tav has performed, I'll get stick for this and I do not care. Tav has performed at a world-class level.
Wow, we've got a headline, love it.
World-class.
That's an extra 5,000 views on that. Well done, Andy, mate.
Well done, Andy. Thanks, mate.
Enjoy the abuse.
He has performed to the highest level.
What a team player. He has to get a take later on, right?
He's right, because if you ask somebody, say a top manager comes and says, right, I'm after a right back that scores goals, 15, 16 goals a season. What's he got to pay for somebody like that does that?
Mate, he scored every knockout round.
He fits that vibe.
Every knockout round, he scored the first goal at home at Ibrox. You're right back, your captain, you're wanting somebody to take the bill by the horns, drive the team forward. He scored first in every home game.
Mate, the amount of times he's in at that back post, it's
unbelievable. And see always the debate, which sometimes fair enough with Tav, is he's not as good defensively. Show me one clip where he's been done defensively in Europe. Show me one. There's not been one.
You wonder why did Van Bronckhorst not do that with him at the start? When he came in, he was very much stay back the pitch, get the ball at the wide player, leave him 1-on-1.
Leave the 1v1 and play with our wingers wide.
I just remember he was in the stand, watched it and they were getting beat 3-0 after 20 minutes. Yeah. So I don't know if he's seen it and thought we need to set up to get them.
Yeah. How will Steven Gerrard feel watching it? Do you think he will be sick?
But he's sitting in a no man's position.
You have to be a wee bit.
Yeah.
He's not played a meaningful game as a manager.
Premier League's great, mate, but it doesn't compare to Europa League.
Aston Villa, they've not had a big game since he's been there.
No.
They couldn't get relegated, they couldn't get Europe, they're just sitting in that middle bit. And to be fair, he is the type of person that loves the big games. And
do you think he would have done the same if he was there?
I know it's hard to
say. I don't know. What do you think?
But what I will say is, like, Van Bronckhorst he's made a couple of tactical decisions in games that have changed the dynamic.
Gerrard was always very much 4-3-3, never really went away from it, whereas Van Bronckhorst has came up with a different...
Dortmund when he went 3 at the back.
I think you've got to give Van Bronckhorst the credit because they've not had the strikers. So he's had to adapt the team around no having strikers.
You're right.
And he's managed to find a way that he's getting, like, you're talking about Tav scoring so many goals at the back post. He's getting that many goals because the defenders surely aren't expecting him to be there. Do you know what I mean? And then the likes of Big John Runsham, I know that he's my Rangers.
That's some shit,
Rangers
no, I never said he was shite. Never surrender it. I never once said he
some shite.
See, when he first signed, I said, what a signing. Have you rewind the tape? I said one game, everyone thought he played well. I've never said what.
The screenshot the group chat.
It's never been done some shite.
He's on fire though, mate.
How's he turned it around to? Because he was shite at the start of the season.
He wasn't great. He's obviously was in the team, but mate, he's been unbelievable the last 2-3 months.
Rangers fans, the same Rangers fans singing his name, that song, fucking with the same guys that wanted him out the door at the beginning of the season.
Oh, that's fine.
Bassie's
a he's done it himself, he's turned it around.
It's a great song, by the way, isn't it? Quite catchy.
It is. It's a catchy wee tune.
Gives the words, Paul.
Did you go to the final 2008 at Manchester?
Yep.
Did you?
Missed my maths exam to go.
That explains a lot.
Exactly.
Was it unreal?
It was good.
Talk us through.
Were you at the game?
I sat myself.
Did you actually get
Wait, no, but talk us through the whole thing. So you got what time did you get up at in your house in Govan?
Fuck, I can't remember that. But we got we literally got like a wee minibus, like a wee, not a camper van, but you know what I mean.
Right.
And there was like 80s or something went up. Got there at about 2 o'clock, and it was literally like it was as if you were in the city centre. Obviously, there was so many Rangers fans there. And then I went to the game, so I met my dad. I drove up with my mum and that, but me, Robbie and my dad went to the game. Robbie and my dad sat together in the main stand. I sat behind the goal, like next to the Zenit fans. And then after the game, we went to obviously meet my mum and that to drive home. Fucking carnage, man, in the States. Obviously, remember all the trouble and all that. And it was like, what the fuck's happened here?
How were you on your own? Why were you on your own?
Couldn't get free tickets together. So obviously, my wee brother being younger, he sat with my dad and I sat myself.
He was too scared to
screaming.
Robbie was on his dad's knee and Andy was on Hughes.
Robbie would have been 12.
Oh, would you? That's fair enough.
We couldn't, my man, that couldn't afford Seville.
Nah.
See, before school, they brought us in and said, we're going to book it. So we were on school excited, me and my brother and sister, we got home, they sat us down and said,
Can I
can
go?
I do it, boys?
Was it tears?
We were in floods
That's
of tears, horrible, eh? But I
I
see every...
went to Seville.
Did he?
Aye, I got tickets. I think with Stan Varga were playing with Celtic at that time.
Varga would have been
He
there.
got,
Pick your face
he,
up,
got
man.
me, he got me 2 tickets. My brother went to Seville, said it was unbelievable.
You would say to all Rangers
experience.
fans, make sure you get there.
Aye, if you can go, go.
Have you had requests for tickets? Somebody text me saying,
Mate,
"Can you get me 2 tickets?"
I need to.
Fucking...
I need to.
I've had so many.
Aye.
What the fuck?
Can you get any?
No, of
Nah.
course I get any.
My brother-in-law's just booked up to go. He's not even told his wife yet. It's a fucking mess.
You've just fucking told her now, haven't
I
you?
goes out in the morning. I hope he's told
Oh,
her.
is that the White's a
Jake.
cracker as well?
Aye.
So what dates is he away?
He's going to fly to...
Might nip out on his.
I know.
Pick
He's
us up,
going
won't
to... He's going to fly
be
to
there.
Portugal.
How
and
about you
then
gonna do?
get a bus to
What
Portugal.
Mate, Seville was 2003, wasn't it?
2003, aye.
So that's in 20
19
years.
years.
Three Scottish teams in a European
That's
final.
ridiculous, isn't it?
He goes to speak. Somebody got
No respect to it.
No,
Sorry,
but-
Paul.
No, not at all. I was just going to say, in the line of achievements, where would you rank this up? If Rangers go all the way and do this, where would you rank this up in the line of achievements?
For Rangers, best ever.
Would you?
Aye.
Aye,
Better than the cup winners?
Up there with 9 in a row. Better than 9 in
See,
a row.
1972, mate, all the teams were the same. Like there was, well, not the same, but the difference in budgets between your Barcelonas who were in Europa League to Rangers is fucking massive. But the difference between Barcelona and Rangers back then was nowhere near
Back in the
that,
day,
isn't it?
there was no group stage or anything. It was
Aye,
like,
and
you
there was
lost
about- there was
two
about 10
legs of time,
teams
you
that played in the
lost, you were
competition.
out. That was your way you go. Whereas this in the modern era and the budgets that Rangers and Celtic were working with at this minute in time, what did you get for winning the Premier League? £1 million or something?
Aye.
And then-
you get about, what is it, 100 million if you get relegated for the Premier League in
Aye.
England.
And then to lose your first 2 games in the Europa League group stages, and then to win the rest, to qualify, and then to beat Dortmund, Leipzig, I think it's if they go on and win, it'll be their greatest.
Hey ho, there was a Peter on here that said they'd rather win the league 2 months ago.
Yeah.
Hey ho.
Aye. To be honest, I said that
no.
because I thought there was no chance of winning Europa League, so...
They must be getting some bonuses, right? The Rangers boys.
Oh!
Because that's guaranteed Champions League as well.
Aye. So that'd be Rangers
Wow.
and Celtic
Double
in the
bonus.
group stages of Champions League. if they
And
win it.
Super Cup.
Do you remember the first team, right? Celtic?
Aye.
They always had a meeting about the bonuses, and we were reserved, so we obviously weren't involved. But see, when you come out, like, see if we Cads was in it or something, what are they
did
getting?
you
See
get?
when they tell you, but no way, man.
What kind of
that?
bonuses was it?
I'm sure I remember. I don't know
I
if
can't remember exact amount, but 100 a grand, and you're like,
Aye.
no way,
95 grand you would get to get into Champions League.
Cads would have been just on the bench for the qualifiers or something.
So we shared with him, wouldn't it? We shared with him.
That's
He just
unreal,
spent it
man.
on. He just spent it on sweeties.
But you think
Aye, pieces of jam on it.
You think about
Fucking hammers of bread and jam.
Going down to see him. I'm going to be invited to the playoffs Swindon semi-final. So me and Cads are going down.
Have you?
How old's he?
How old's Cads?
Aye.
30, same as me, 34.
When's that?
He's wrapped it, so now he's chucked it.
Oh, right.
So me and him are going
Broomhill.
down. Broomhill, I try to get him, but he's not interested.
When's that?
Sunday, going down Saturday night, put us up hotel, game Sunday.
Brilliant.
I seen that, was it Decano back at Swindon last
He
week?
made a video for us. I put it on to about 10 and a half.
Oh, did he?
It's
Why did he
him
do
and
that?
Tommy Miller.
because he was calling us a fat little pig, innit?
Oh, was he?
Saying I was fucking hopeless.
Aye.
He loves you.
I
He
haven't
does love you
told
back, didn't he?
He's messaged a few times since I done that.
Tommy Miller, what a guy he is.
Tommy's a hero, mate.
He's a great
One of the
guy.
best.
Aye.
So really got a date, lads?
But just before that, the final takes place 3 days before the
Hearts.
old
Scottish.
Scottish Cup. We could be sitting here with a Scottish Cup, man.
Wow, man.
You've won the Scottish
Would you come back
Oh,
on?
fucker.
See if you win the Scottish Cup,
Do you ever come back?
we'll let you come on here and piss all in the 3 of us.
Aye.
Aye.
Deal.
Pick me up like a cup and then piss on me.
I tell you what, it benefits Hearts.
How would that work?
Fuck knows.
So you just piss all your...
So it goes, oh, I mean, just piss. You deserve, listen, you've got to accept it, a Scottish Cup winner in here. But I don't know, that's what I was saying to you, Andy, earlier. See, regardless if Rangers win or lose, see if they win, surely they're going to get on it.
Aye.
If they win the Europa League.
Aye, they will.
Man, I would, sir.
Aye, fucking
No, maybe a couple of beers in it.
Aye, they wouldn't get on it.
Players are not the same as what they were, mate.
If they win it on the Wednesday and they win the flipping cup on the Saturday, that's some fucking weekend benders that know by the way.
Are you nervous for it, Andy? boy?
Jambo's a good side, mate.
You nervous for it?
No,
You could
Do you think that does help you? But it could go both ways. If they go and win it, mate.
could go
they're
both
full of
ways. Mate,
confidence in it.
before that with the semi, before Celtic, you're like, they went extra time and they obviously found it within them. It just depends. I think if you say they go to extra time, Europa League final and lose, you might think, or there might be a wee bit of deflation in it. But even if they go to extra time and win, I mean, they're on that much of a high. It's going to be a hard game regardless of how the final goes anyway. But we're confident as well. We've showed this season we're a good team. So
I think the final will be a very, very good game between Hearts and Rangers.
You're going, aren't you?
So
What is bigger though, winning the UEFA Cup or winning the yo-yo test at Hearts?
I was the
Yo-yo
Euro
test.
test.
Yeah, I need to get me a pleasure to win the yo-yo.
Depends who you're chasing. Depends who's
But it's
Arsenal
jig,
you're
innit?
chasing.
Jig's arse. Jig's arse to chase. Right, finally will Rangers win it? Yes or no?
Yes.
Andy Halliday first.
I'm saying no because I've said they wouldn't
I
win
thought you were
against
gonna do it,
Leipzig and Dortmund and they went through, so I'll say no.
Paul?
I'm going to say they'll win it easily.
I've got a lot of things wrong as well, so is it worth saying no and then they do win it?
Kevin,
I'm
you
going
can
to
say
say,
whatever you
I
like.
genuinely think they'll win it. I think the impetus is there for them to go on and see it
Impetus?
over the hurdle.
Don't know if it works,
the final
but,
hurdle, but I think I think they've just got that bit between their teith.
I think they win it.
French baguette they've got in it.
Absolutely. It's the pastrami. It's a pastrami stuck.
I want to say a big well done to Darvel. They won the league
Aye, well
at the
done.
weekend.
You could have some players in there, I've seen.
Are they?
good
Who do they
players.
play in the playoffs? Is
good
it from the
players.
South
I think it's
League?
Pennycook. Is it Pennycook?
What, does that put them into Lowland?
Puts them into Lowland and us. You know their owner sends 50,000 pies to 2 teams every week. They own 20
teams?
pies. 2 teams in Britain send 50,000 pies doing it every week. 1 Tottenham and 2 Condorit.
Didn't see that one.
No, but he does 50,000 pies at
Some
Tottenham.
going,
Innit?
some going.
Think of the dough he's making. Brilliant. Right, Jimmy Bell.
You would need a lot of dough for 50,000 pies, to be honest.
I don't think dough goes into
Nah,
pies
fuck
and
knows.
made the dough, is it?
Pastry.
Never been
Nearly.
though. Never
Nearly.
been though.
Yeah.
Right, what we're talking now?
The passing of Jimmy Bell. So both of you would have worked him, obviously, Kev. He tortured you, didn't he?
I tortured me. Fucking hell.
What was it? He was all over you when it was
He
size of your
was,
shorts.
when I come in, he fucking says, fucking hell, what do we sign now? He says, I'm used to printing fucking numbers and names for fucking big hitters and we fucking brought you in. I was like, well, Jimmy, we're in the 3rd division, it is what it is. And then he was quite he kept himself to himself. You didn't really get much out of him. But then every now and then you would get a wee chat with him in his wee room and he would tell you some memories and stuff and it was fascinating. But the one that got me, I've said it before on the show, was the jelly babies. Fucking take all the green jelly babies at the fucking jelly babies, one I like eat the green ones. And then the short treatment tortured me. He said to me, because of where they were and kit supplies were struggling, that he couldn't get me a pair of XL shorts or an XL top. So I had to wear large shorts and a large top. So I says, right, Jimmy, that's fine. I says, I could even go and try and buy a pair of white ones. You could print a badge on for me. No, we couldn't do that. So I was a wee bit heavy, right? And McCoy obviously did say to me, I need you to lose a stone or 2. So I got off the weight and then one night we turned up and I fucking put on this Rangers top. It was just no sponsor, it was just the badge. And I swear to God, like I was asking the boys to put it down, it was like Under Armour. And I was like, Jimmy, this fucking doesn't fit me. And he's like, well, it's the only one I've got. I was like, fuck. So I've come on as a sub and I swear to God, man, it was fucking
Was the belly hanging out the bottom?
No, I didn't have a belly. It was just, I was big boned.
Right.
So it wasn't the most flattering. And see at the end of the game, a wee bit of sweat on it. See, try to get the fucking thing off. I've just cut
Right, the toilet and get it.
cut it half. And but no, he was a really like a lot of history in his head with the Rangers and stuff, and he just a proper kit man, knew his shit, and he was hard on some boys, to be fair, but that's due to
Setting the standards.
Set the standards. This was Rangers Football Club. You're here to do a job for everybody. But no, you think of some of the players that come in that dressing room and then fucking me, Dean Shields, Ian Black, fucking Timps and that are rocking up. Obviously, it's changed times, so. But it was what it was. We were there to start the journey to fucking the Europa League, so the boys can finish it.
Oh, you putting yourself with that, right? Okay.
You want some
Paul
bonus
obviously started 9-0, didn't he?
Yeah, he started there.
So
right.
I'm started
Anfield Park pitch. What about you, Andy? You and him were tight, weren't you?
I loved them, man. Shed a wee tear, to be honest, when I found out the
Did you?
news, because it was just so at the blue. Obviously nobody found out, nobody knew he was ill, and just got a phone call at 7 a.m. to say he'd passed. So, horrible. I think he was nearly 40 years at a football club, mate.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like,
He's a bus driver first, wasn't
he was bus driver before he was kit man. So looking at the past 4 decades, and everyone that's walked through the door, he's always been the kit man. When you go to train every single day, he's the first person you see.
Yeah.
And when you leave, he's obviously the last one to leave. So it was you know what it's like, fit up players, like, if you're training at 10 o'clock, you need to be in for 9, you go breakfast and that. In that hour, some boys might sit in the physio room, some boys might sit in the canteen, some boys might play heated tennis or something. I was sitting in Jimmy's office every day.
Would you?
Before training, I was sitting in his office every single day. After training every single day, me, Jimmy and Disco go up, have a coffee and just slaughter each other. Davey Lavery and the masseuse, who's obviously was like Jimmy's best pal as well. So he's just an absolute... He's right, he had a hard exterior, mate, and he'd be hard on boys, but he was a standard setter, but inside, mate, heart of gold, honestly. He would do anything for the players. He would listen, like you said, he would give you a stick. If you asked for a pair of gloves, I think Brian Laudrup wore gloves. It's like, he would go on you, but he would give you it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He would
just honestly, an unbelievable guy.
I asked for trainers once to do the gym work and stuff. And he says, I've not got fucking trainers. So I said, Jimmy, I can see a fucking box of size 13s up there. And then, like, you're not fucking getting them. But then see later on, the trainers would appear at my locker. And you're like, he had that hard exterior, but didn't he want? But no, he was...
You could see how much he meant to. The amount of messages you've seen for current players, ex-players. Obviously, the scenes after the Leipzig game, you could see how much he meant to.
That's what you said, it was pure random Rangers players that like maybe only played maybe 3 or 4 times for the club that were putting. So obviously, they maybe had never had like, the best of times at the club, but they still remember him quite fondly. All right.
Horrible.
Right, Dundee, all but done after the weekend's result. He's still starving. Still
Charlie
crazy.
Adam.
It's got that bad. Charlie's
Just loves assisting, doesn't he?
He's desperate for them to get down, isn't he?
I think he's threatened to be naked if they win. I think he's just so terrified of seeing him naked.
I'm wanting that job next year. The only way I get him
no, he does not. Surely, I don't know.
Seriously though, like it's that decision that just gets me a baffling, doesn't it, Mark McGee though?
But you look at it, right, you had a guy there who was
so... He said he was Damien. Why did you keep getting on him, man?
He's one of these managers, mate, that just sticks his philosophy, which you've got to respect. He says we're going to lose this game, and he's just sticking to it. He's not wavering.
My players to just cross it in for our team and
sorry, kid, just quickly, because you had a guy in there who James McPake, who was doing everything he could to try and keep that club up, taking it as serious, probably wasn't sleeping at night, and then you've brought somebody in. If you're going to replace him with somebody who's got a record of keeping teams up, or recently has done well in Football Manager, but bring a guy who's going to say he's going to get naked and no eating, no sleep. I mean, that's not... Imagine you're a fan.
Turn the heating off for a couple of weeks and no eat.
Poor decision.
Fucking hell, man. That is mental.
Imagine your big Jazz is sitting there like that. What the fuck, man?
Jazz just turned the heating off and that, I know.
He's got his eating on full blast, eating huddles, isn't he?
That's fucking baffling, isn't it? They've no gave themselves the best opportunity to try and stay in the league, have they?
Nah.
Just a pals.
Why not, mate? You've got fans that are paying good money and you're...
Paul summed it up, it's a pals act. That's what it is.
Poor, you can't...
There's no, like you could, Gordon Strachan can say whatever he wants, but that's what's happened, it's a pals act. He's got his mate in to try and think they could do a job, and in between the two of them, they've probably come up with this idea that it could work, but it hasn't worked.
Said since the start of the season as well, Dundee they've got some good players. It's not as if they've got a terrible squad.
It's not as if they were 20-30 points behind second bottom.
They've got good players
from changing things around. And
he'll need to put himself on a drip, won't he?
Nah, he's not effort.
If he's not going to eat, he needs to get a drip and
he's starting to put him on, man, won't he? Make sure he's alright.
I might phone him.
It's not good enough, but it's not good enough. You've just took a job obviously now. For the last thing you would ever dream, now that's at Lowland League, right? But the last thing you would ever dream of doing has been bringing your pals in a pals act. Do you know what I mean? And that's a team in the top league. That's it.
You know what in the coaching job, man?
I'd love to take it. Take that out. It's a great decision with Strachan. Great decision with Strachan. No, but listen, I don't know. That's, as you said, McPake was... listen, the results weren't great, but at the time they done it was bizarre. He got 2 results in the bounce, and I think he finally found something that to work with, to get your horns into, and they replaced him with somebody who, I don't know, wasn't...
You'd love a club to come out and actually tell you the reasons behind...
The fans deserve it.
Yeah, the fans do deserve it.
Because he's been out of football for a while as well.
Yeah, I think was it Stockport was his last job. He was assistant manager.
And even looking at like Mark McGee's history of, like he's managed some good teams and good jobs. What's his history been with keeping teams for relegation? Like,
he done well at Motherwell, didn't he? Initially,
he was there in
Europe, and
I don't really know, so that's why I'm asking. But it's just nah. But then again, you could have kept Jazza, and Jazza could have ended up in the same position. They could have got relegated. But like you say, Simon, I think there was maybe more. You could get more. Jazza could have got more out of what he was getting from the boys than maybe somebody new coming in.
I've always said that to you, I would never like talk about guys losing their job or whatever. But if they do go down, is he going to be there next year with some of the stuff he's came out with? And
no.
There'll be, if he is, there'll be about 1,000 people at Dens next year.
It is a bit, it is crazy some of the stuff he's said in interviews. If you're a player, you're seeing him talk about how he's turned his heating off and he's got to get naked if they get 3 points. I'm going to get
It's
naked if we win a game.
See if
Can't say that.
see if you're freezing, the last thing you want to do is get naked because
I
that shrivels.
But maybe it's because he's not eating it, he's got a bit trim.
6 pack.
You'll be able to see it. You'll be able to see it. You'll be able to
I mean,
see it.
right, if Mark McGee doesn't get it next year, who's Jack Ross? A no-brainer for me. If Jack Ross would take it, I'd give him a job to Jack Ross. Do you know that?
Doing in the championship?
I don't know.
No,
I don't think so.
No.
Well, you're not getting. Oh, well, Hibs. Oh no, he's been Hibs. So you're not getting the Hibs job. You're not getting the Aberdeen job.
You're not
getting
wait till you get
Hearts
something that feels right.
What other jobs? What other job in that is much bigger than Dundee
Broomhill
job?
if you don't start with.
Well, I suppose you look at Del McKinnon's dropping the championship with Kelly.
Yeah.
And then he's got them up. So.
Dale's got a better record than Jack Ross, and he's took the Kelly job.
Aye. So it might not be a bad shout.
Dundee, I think the budget's decent in that.
What
as
about
well.
a Kevin Thompson in there, ex-player?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a better shoot.
definitely.
Aye.
I think whoever takes the job's got a good opportunity to bring them back up.
How long is it going to take to reheat that office though?
I
If you're a
know.
new manager,
Probably
mate.
Baltic still.
The manager's been
A long
told
time.
that the heat's been
Depends how quick you get them in. You get them in now, the weather being a bit better, you've got a chance. Get them later on in the winter time, you're fucked.
You're fucked.
You talk about budgets and that though, but that championship, man's a funny league, mate. Look, I know Hamilton
up,
obviously
yeah.
just with look how much they've struggled them. Fairland, mate. Fairland could be a League One club next year.
No, they are.
Nah, they're done.
Was that
Filming are done.
Was that the second league?
Aye, they're done.
Andy.
Done?
No.
Aye.
And I'll tell you what, Cove no good done. I promise you that.
Oh, they know.
No. No way.
They play you, didn't they?
So I mean, it's a funny league though,
Cove are good.
because like anyone can beat anyone in that league.
Yeah.
Like you even look at Kelly, the amount of games Kelly lost this year, even though they've got promoted. Arbroath went through a period where they were just drawing, they were really winning games, still were right in amongst it into the second last game. So it's a harder league than what people think.
Any other names, Kevin Thompson, that we put in for every single job?
Aye, every job. You wonder why.
He's not got any of them yet, so we're not speaking to him.
The return of Paul
Nah,
Hart,
you're
Dundee.
not leaving, mate.
Cove, no.
You're not leaving.
He enjoys it there, doesn't he?
Aye,
He does. He
loves
really
it.
loves that setup there.
Anyone else? Dick Campbell.
Gary Megson, still looking at me. Still
Where is
looking for
it?
a job.
Need to take that Geely off if he takes it.
Surely if Dundee go down and they keep the majority of our good players, they'll be the favourites to come back up.
You just
Aye,
never
you
know.
think-
Or do you think with budgets and all teams, they'll be? Because if you look at Queen's Park, if they win that game against Airdrie,
There'll be another one that I would imagine
would-
would
if
be
they-
alright in
What
the
a
championship.
turnaround that was for Airdrie, yeah?
oh,
Airdrie,
Airdrie.
Wow.
See what I mean? That is when it went 3-1. I says
When's
yesterday.
Airdrie gone?
Because
Fucking gone.
Airdrie's following they're very hostile. They'll get
Aye.
when
The
they see
Diamonds.
one. I just thought Airdrie will beat Montrose. Airdrie are a good team as well, by the way.
They
If
were
Airdrie went up,
flying. They
I
were
think they
flying
could
in
do
the
alright.
league.
I remember you
Because-
saying that. I remember you said a few months ago that Airdrie,
Yeah.
you said they were one of the best football teams, didn't you?
Really like
Quite good
Airdrie the way they
So
play.
who do you think will go up with him in Queen's Park?
Queen's Park.
You think Queen's Park will do it?
Do you?
Do you?
Well, they can't be that good. You said
I
they're
know, but
fucking
I-
Queen's
brilliant.
Park are no bad. No bad players.
Paul McHugh, mate. Love him.
Brilliant.
See if I'm getting that championship right as it stands now, right, and what Arbroath's done. So say Arbroath, unfortunately, between Arbroath and Inverness to
Yeah.
play St Johnstone, and say St Johnstone stay in the league. If I'm coming up as a Queen's Park who's got back in, Cove got back in, I'm coming in that league thinking
Of course, yeah.
I can do something here.
Yeah.
I could get this team out of the Premier League.
Yeah.
Because I look at the championship this year, and although they've got competitive teams, I don't think the standard's been great. And I'll put Kelly in that bracket because I don't think Kilmarnock's been great. A lot of games they drew, a lot of games they went behind and scraped the draw. Arbroath's one of the teams that can play like that every week, grind out results, hard to beat. That's why they are where they are. If you come out of that league next season with a bit of quality, with the right players, and a wee bit of spending power, there's absolutely no reason why you couldn't get that Premier
No,
League.
that'll be
Do you
an
know
open league next year.
Do you know what my worry is though for Arbroath? I think the one team I didn't fancy them against is Inverness.
Right.
I think their record's not. Was it 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago? They just got battered off Inverness
That's right,
3-0.
Andy, good point.
They've got an unbelievable record against Partick this year.
Yep.
I think Inverness is the one team
Yeah.
they don't want to face in the.
He's done well,
playoff.
I've done.
I haven't.
Yeah.
Life's
Aye.
tough, innit?
Went on a
Why
good run.
so expand on that?
Just think I've got a 5k today night, cast it, think about it.
Hey, what
Talk
time
about
are
low
they
league.
5k takes 25 minutes.
I know, you're right.
Out your day, it's nothing.
Paul, once you get going, get that fucking first 2 minutes out the way.
But it's exercise after it, you're doing it.
But what I will say is about
What are you
5k.
getting after it, Paul?
What do you think?
Oh,
There's nothing worse. There's nothing worse about doing a run though when you're trying to beat a clock. That's when a run's
it's
terrible.
not
See if you
enjoyable,
just
no.
went out and done a 5k and you weren't that
Didn't
bothered about
bother,
time.
aye.
And I know it's hard to do that, but just mentally, don't even think of your time. Don't look at it. Just go and do your 5k, mate. It'll take care of itself.
I might just do a
See,
5k
I
with
need
the boys tonight.
25 minutes. Brutal.
Just take the boys for 5k tonight.
You did any press up sit ups? You just
Pure, aye. I know adverts, when adverts going on TV.
John Collins. You going to do the John Collins?
It's such a press.
Passing tempo. Right, Celtic show why they're champions elect on Saturday.
Aye.
Good
Aye.
first 10 minutes. So I was thinking Hearts have got them here high press and then kind of backed off a wee bit.
The fact of the matter is, obviously we've spoken about budgets in Europe and whatnot. When you're playing Celtic and Rangers, if they're on it, it's going to be very hard to get a result. And we started the game well. I thought our game plan worked. We were trying to...
What a goal by the way for Sims.
It's a great finish. We're obviously trying to make it a bit more difficult for Celtic to get in their faces. But then, I think the Gaff actually said it, his post-match interview, he felt we scored too early. Because it was almost after we scored, as players were like, right, let's try and sit back, fight for our life and hold on. You can't do that against a team with Celtic's quality. Because
They were relentless after that, weren't they?
And you don't see a lot of what Celtic are good at because they've got so much possession in games. See in transition, mate, they're so quick transition. You look at that first goal, and listen, first goal's a foul, there's no doubt about it, but over the balance of play, Celtic deserve to win the game, there's no doubt. How quick they won transition for that first goal. It was literally tackle, one pass through to Jota runs through and goal, cut back goal.
Yeah.
But you don't really get a chance to see that because, like I said, most games they've got so much possession, teams camped in the edge of the box, they try and probe. But
they've been incredible,
very
Celtic,
good.
haven't they, since the start of the season?
Was that 32?
30 games.
Unbelievable, that, innit? Considering
to go
I know
for
we say this all the time, but when he came in with that squad of players, but I was thinking, where is he going to recruit? Where is
Two full-backs, I think.
Left back, right back, and then
Carter Vickers.
I still think a centre half.
left.
I'd like to see a more bigger athletic midfield player.
Aye,
I like some type of
I think the centre mid's where the strongest in it.
I don't mind that shout at all, because I think for the last sort of month to 6 weeks, McGregor seemed to be doing a hell of a lot in there himself, and I didn't Hatate and O'Reilly or Rory. Didn't really see a lot of them doing a lot. So they might actually get. But would that mean, would you then put McGregor up?
No, it's McGregor.
I thought they would need a striker.
I don't know if O'Reilly's a 90-minute man every 38 games a season and Europe.
I thought
Again, I would either keep him or Roderick and then go and bring a more athletic one that gets the ball back quicker.
It's
That what Hatate was.
But has he done that?
I think he's been hot or cold. Thought he started unbelievable. Obviously scored a couple of goals in the derby, and then they've sort of chopped and changed that position. But they've got.
There's not really once I've seen a
options in
Hatate go
midfield.
and win the ball
People
back quick.
forget how good Turnbull's done, mate, because he's been injured for so long. I know he's not that type of player, but last season he was Celtic's best
He
player.
was
Wasn't
good in Saturday Tumble as well.
Celtic were just on it, mate. Like I thought first 15 minutes we started really well, and then they were just.
Some of the goals
really
they scored were great. The passing, the moving, how quick they were attacking was really, really good. But I thought that actually we were going to say earlier, I thought they would maybe need a striker. But CG Amakas, I think he's going to.
Yeah, I think they're fine. I think Mida can play for the. I think that's his best position. Mida as well.
I think he can do both that big kind of physical presence and that guy that gets you goals, because the finish on Saturday was different class.
Sure, it's a no-brainer, Andy. Sorry, that they go for the 6 million for both.
I was just about to say that.
So is it 6 million both plus 6 million?
There's been a lot of reports about Jota close, isn't there? And I think Champions League's guaranteed 30-40 million.
Yeah,
it's a no-brainer for the two of them. Carter Vickers has probably been Celtic's most underrated player, I'd say, this season. And Jota went through a wee period, almost like February, March, where he was a bit quieter, but the last sort of 3-4 games he's been brilliant again. Was it 14 assists? Something like 26 goal contributions for the season.
But I think Ange he'll know though, he is just in the job, but he'll know Celtic obviously get knocked out of 3 European tournaments this year, so he'll be wanting to be doing much better in Europe next year.
Yeah.
So he might be thinking, we've done well in the league, but we might be thinking here that he might be thinking that I need even the positions are strong in there now. He might want to go stronger because of Europe.
I wouldn't be surprised if he signed 6-7 players in the summer.
Because if you want to do a good run in Europe, then I think you might need to.
Celtic haven't been good in Europe for a number of years. It's alright winning 9 titles and then Rangers stopped the 10th one, but they've not been good in Europe at all. And because of what Rangers have done this year, the Celtic fans, without openly admitting it, would think we would like to go in, because Celtic used to be that team that would get to maybe like the last 16 of the Champions League. They sometimes would qualify or whatever, keep themselves in the Europa League longer, but these last two, to get knocked out of 3 European competitions this year is a bit.
I'll ask you, because you obviously we spoke about Rangers in Europe. Why do you not think that Celtic's done as well in Europe when they've obviously won? I
think Celtic at the beginning of the season were poor as a team.
This year,
so during that poor period, they lost too many games in Europe, and by the time they got up to momentum, they were out of Europe. I think the Bodo Glimt thing was a mystery, because they hadn't played, their season hadn't started, but they were actually a really decent side. And on the 2 legs, they were just better than Celtic.
I think if Celtic are going to play the way they play in Europe, they need better players to do it.
Aye.
So Rangers, I think, do really well because they do change it based on what the opposition do. Where Ange doesn't, he just sticks to his style.
Yep.
And if you're going to play that style, you're going to come up against good coaches and good teams that press well. If you're going to play like that, I think you need better players that can take the ball under pressure.
Thank Paul.
I know, absolutely spot on. But when we interviewed Ange, he said, I could see even in his eyes when he was saying it, one of his main things at Celtic is to do well in Europe. So I think they're going to really recruit better players.
I tell you what, it'll be, if Rangers can do it on Wednesday, what about the spend that's going to be spent in the summertime in Glasgow?
League could be brilliant next year, eh?
The league's going to be unbelievable.
Both.
We could be slaughtering like fucking Neymar and all that next year. Imagine us 4 clowns slaughtering Neymar and that.
That'd be a real winner.
That'd be brilliant, wouldn't it? Texting his sister. That old pattern.
Gareth Bale to go to Rangers.
See, because Ramsey Huss came over, giant appeal, there's more an appeal.
Simon, if you're 33 to 35 years old and you get an opportunity to come to play with Celtic or Rangers in the Champions League next year, do you think you're going to fancy a bit of that?
Because a lot's been made of the Ibrox atmosphere. Players must look at that and think, love a wee bit of that.
I tell you right now,
love a wee bit of
that.
Yes, please.
Love a little tiny bit of that. Because there's only a little tiny bit there.
Yeah, you fucked it.
Right, boys. What we're on to next, it's got to be.
There it is, there, look.
It's got to be like Simon well done on the gaffer's job, mate. Top
Thanks,
foot, must be excited.
I know, but I also feel like people just think we just bought a club to give me a job.
No.
So what was the interview process like?
I was approached to people behind the scenes asking if I'd fancy doing it.
But it was a decision to be made, because I remember a few weeks ago when it was to be made. See, for the last 10 minutes, I've been talking pure shite for the last 10 minutes.
This is your
Go ask my question.
Go for it.
Nah.
Go for it.
No, it was a big decision because obviously I've took Peterhead for coached them for 18 months now. Kind of got them into a place where I'm fucking really happy with. Do you know what I mean? I thought if we could add another couple to it, could maybe have a go at, I know I called playoffs last year, but really have a good push of going to the playoffs. So, and then the plan was always in place for me to take over for Jim, but just the chance to start something ripping it up from top to bottom, putting my own stamp on it, my own style, every decision up to me, players that come in, the staff that work with, and then the ambition that people behind the scenes have got and what they want to do with it. Because I don't want to just be at a team that is happy, even in League One, to finish 8th or 7th. I want to try and win leagues and get up. And I think with the backing that we've got,
and the fans as well, mate.
Yeah,
the support they've had, it's unreal, isn't it?
Aye, and it's not, to be fair to you, we've obviously seen since it's been obviously in the background, but since it's been announced how busy you've been trying to improve the squad already going into next year, trying to get stadiums sorted and. You're working hard, big man.
Mate, that's what I mean. So again with Peterhead, I want if I was going to do Peterhead for another year, I wanted the full control, which I wouldn't have got. Obviously, Jim wanted to stay on and do it, so I'm enjoying the side of things. Coaching and that's all right, mate. But at the end of the day, when you want to be making decisions, you want to be deciding who comes in, who plays ultimately, and how you're going to play. So I've got that here, which I'm delighted about.
I heard you in the interview when you done the press conference that you said there was a moment during last season when you was it Falkirk? You kind of had a feeling.
So Jim obviously got his ban and he gave me he came to us before the game. Again, got so much time from him and respect from him. I think he could see that I was itching to do the management. And he'd got his ban and he went, "Si, see if you see anything on the side that you want to change, just do it." I think I feel comfortable with you doing it, pal. I'm going to be miles away, so I'll not really be able to shout down as much. So just the way we played that night, I kind of spoke to the boys. Jim left and I spoke to the boys about what we wanted for them. And just the way we played that night was kind of how we worked on in training. The boys took it on at the pitch. Even the Dundee game as well, mate. Everything that we'd worked on it during the week, the boys went and done it on the pitch. And I just thought, if we can do this one night with people, and not even the players that have been brought in are my players that I want to play this system. If I can get my own players in to play that system, coach them 2 nights a week, I think I can do really well. So I've took the gamble.
Obviously, Broomhill were obviously run by other people now, and I've looked at all the comments. I like to read how people see the opportunity. But make no mistake, this isn't a gimmick. This is a proper serious. This is to get Broomhill into the Football League and try and progress everybody's careers one way or another. And for me, like now, reading everything that I read, listening to what you've got to say, seeing what you're doing, it's exciting.
But I think people underestimate us. I think a lot of people think that we all just like a laugh and a joke. But the standards he sets. The ambition I see with you, with your coaching thing, and none of you are. Every time I talk to you about Kindora or Boca, it's no. I just want you want. No. I want to be the best. I want to hit Kindora at the best.
This is the thing why not to blow smoke up their trumpets, that's not what I'm doing, but this is why people can relate to open goals, because we're football men, they can have a laugh.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean when the time comes to it's coaching or football or taking control of a club where we're not serious and passionate about football, because that's the reason we do this. Because we love talking about football and we love
ultimately the seriousness.
It's a win-win for everyone.
It's a win-win, because this could be so rewarding for everybody, whether it be Simon as a manager, whether us in the background getting more gigs out of light in terms of the podcast, much more content to talk about. I tell you what, you're in that lowland league, and whatever people may make of the pyramid system in Scotland, that's how it is. And there's an opportunity there to get a group of boys together and actually progress it to that second division. Once you get that second division,
again, I'm not going to go too much about tactics and stuff like that, but I promise it'll be a team that you'll enjoy watching.
How busy have you been in terms of like recruiting players already? You've obviously got made your first signing, but have you been speaking to a few players? I was in
bed last night at 10:30, mate, phone rang player. So
phoned the wrong player?
No, a player phoned me at 10:30 last night. So that tells you, mate, never stop.
24/7?
Nah, you can't switch off.
Can you know?
No, constantly. I'm constantly writing players, doing different. If he doesn't come, I might need to get him, so I might need to get somebody differently in that position. Your mind never stops.
We were reading an interview with a manager last week, and
it was sensational, to be fair.
I think it's my favourite interview. I didn't fucking speak for the full 2 hours, but he was sensational. But I don't think you actually realise the recruitment it's almost impossible in Scotland, isn't it?
Yeah, it's tough.
Because the budget you've got, and then if you try to get a player for, very cheap, there's clubs here that can offer that wee bit more.
But
again, that's what people might think. We're not offering boys loads of money to come and play here. We're wanting people to buy into us and how we're going to do things.
But it's like we spoke. Sorry, Kev. It's like we spoke about at the start of the show. It's like we love football at all levels. Love grassroots football, junior football, user day youth coaching, amateur football, lowland level. You'd be surprised at how many talented boys are out there that don't get an opportunity. So this is an opportunity for some boys as well that might have lost their way in football, that can get back in lowland level. The ambition is to obviously try to progress. Even better, if they do well at Broomhill, they might end up getting a move back to full-time, part-time. So
that's what I say to players, mate. I want to make you better players. I'm not just here to win games of football as well. I want you to leave me a better player. I take a massive pride in it.
When you're trying to recruit players, what is it that you feel you're offering that maybe just changes their mind towards something else? Is it the vision you see the club going forward, or the vision what you can do with the club going forward, or them as individuals? Because obviously it's all right to phone a boy that you know you've played with and say, "Oh, how you doing, mate? Do you want to come and sign for my team today?"
Yeah.
All right. Once you got there has to. What is it? What is it
I try to put it across is I've got a certain way of playing, a certain style, and I only want players that fit that. And you're one of the players that fit that. And in that position, I want to make you a better player.
Good. I'm interested because, as much as me,
I don't want them to stay with me for 3 years. Mate. I want them to come and do well and won't get a move.
The kids stuff and
that's good.
Like the kids stuff I do. When I get players coming to me and they'll say, "Kev, could my boy come to your training?" I'll say, "Come to training, we'll have a look." And I don't reject anybody or whatever. But see, they don't fit into the group of boys that I've got. Well, what's the point of bringing them in if I can't give them the game time, whatever? So it's similar.
And you feel like you can't progress them.
I want to progress people. I want the kids that come in with something where I look at them and think, you know what, I can make you better, son.
Because I've been offered some good players, mate, but I've
you rejected because
they didn't fit how I want to play.
Yeah,
it's not even just that, like, obviously we're proud of you, that the opportunity you're going to get to be a manager, but it's brilliant for Open Goal as well.
Of course,
new content in the YouTube,
the
documentary
stuff.
Wall,
I mean, see when you watch like the Sunderland stuff and you watch Spurs doing it, fans love that, don't they?
And we're going to be monthly, so we're going to be obviously filming most times. You're talking about potentially where you could play next year, which means that hopefully fans can go.
To be honest, see if I came out halfway through the season we're going to turn my heating off until in 08.
Nah, I'd say fuck off.
Would you? Would you fuck off?
I'd order you a bit of food. I get you that jelly because that'll keep you warm. I'm going every Friday. We're in Europe, so the games will be a Sunday, Friday night. I'll be there. Every week.
Sorry, man, you.
No, that's what I said this last week. What changed? Not changed our life, but changed us massively was the support we got at the Hideout. No financially, but for that, the amount of 12,000 people in Glasgow to come. Yeah. I would love the same on a Friday night for them to come down and support the team.
Well, a big part of it as well is when I first took it, I said I'd love this pitch to play in because of the surroundings, the dressing rooms, the pitch, and it looks like we're close to getting that. So there'll be hospitality.
I think that's a good thing. It being a Friday night because people might go and support a club still on a Saturday, 3 o'clock, a Sunday. So Friday.
What else are you doing on a Friday night?
Well, listen, prove us wrong.
Exactly.
Prove us wrong. Come. No, see the support.
You nervous, mate?
No, nervous.
No.
Buzzing.
Can't wait for excited,
you just want to get your players in, didn't you? See, once you get your players in, it's fine, mate. It's just that.
Are we doing pre-season, Paul?
By the way, I've just realised That's why he's back doing the over 35s.
Try to get back in the
front
game.
of this.
I genuinely
I need
think,
people that genuinely can run about.
I genuinely think if I could get if you could get the 2 stone off me, I could run.
What age are you?
I'm only 40.
Aye, right.
Can I ask something?
See, when I rock up to training and I can show you what I could do, I'll come and give me a trial. Can you give me a trial?
Come and do pre-season if you
I'll
want.
come to pre-season, see if we could shift some weight and see how it goes.
See the early stage, what have you found one of the real challenges early on?
Talking to players, mate.
Is that-
No, in terms of what you say to them is the worst thing's when you think you've got somebody, mate, and then they get a phone call and saying,
And if not,
Has that happened so far?
it's happened.
And then
It's went
you-
to League One. Again, the boy, so the guy, I'll not say his name, I sat and fucking sold him the vision. An hour and a half we sat there, got on, talked about things outside the football, really good chat. And he's like,
And then he spilled coffee on the front.
maybe I should have done that one.
So I gave him a dead. I said, I need to know by then because I'll need a replacement. So he phoned us up and he says, listen, I really want to come, but I've just got off the phone to a League One club who want to talk to us. And I said, right, okay, I totally understand. So he goes, talks to the club, phones us back, and he's like, I'm really sorry, but I'm going to go there. Chance to play League One, a wee bit more money. And I went, listen, pal, completely understand. He's like, you kidding? He says, I've been sitting looking at your fucking number for the last 20 minutes, shouting myself to phone you. But that's what I'm saying, mate. I completely understand.
Aye.
He's got a new kid.
It must be.
But it's just that you're so if I can get him, man, that's a big part of what I want to do.
It must be
But then you also need to understand the
difficult.
player's circumstances.
The budgets. I don't know what the budgets are, but at that level and what the league, the lower leagues, so the League 2 and League 1, junior football, the Lowland League, there's a similarity everywhere. Like in terms of budgets, like it must be difficult to get it right.
There's only so many players, mate, and there's
That's
a
what I
lot
mean.
of clubs wanting the players.
a
innit?
lot of clubs wanting the players.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
It's
interesting.
good though, mate. I'm enjoying it. I'm really enjoying it. It does take over your life, but it's a good taking over your life. Do you know what I mean? You're at the
Honestly,
stage
mate,
of-
I'm genuinely so excited. Honestly, I
So-
think it'll be brilliant. Going to watch the games, and I think it's massive for everything. You, podcast, you, everyone. I think it'll be class.
I just hope down the line that I never need to apply for the job. So obviously keep it going.
Aye, so make sure you do well, right?
Aye.
Or else we'll be the ones that are calling for your head.
Aye.
What would you? Have
Imagine
you
we
got your?
sacked him.
Have you got your?
Aye.
You got your formation that you would play?
No, I'd need to see my players first, personally. But
No, but I'm saying that you've got a blank canvas.
I don't know if it's just because we've played 3 at the back this year. I do like a 3 at the back.
Yeah.
But 4-3-3 is... I think 4-3-3 is more adaptable. I think you can adapt a 4-3-3. Narrow front 3, wingers wide,
Yeah.
holding midfield
I
up
would,
to
I would
10s.
just, I would have wingers. That would, my main focus would be to have wingers that makes defenders defend. It's important.
And so what would that be in a 4-4-2?
Either 3-5-2 or potentially a 4-4-1-1.
4-1-1, right?
Yeah, you might get the
4-4-2.
Stoke job then.
No, yeah, no.
4-4-2.
You want to take Stoke? You want to take Stoke? Go and take Stoke.
It wouldn't be long ball stuff. It would just be, I would just have wingers and I'd make people defend.
3-5. So your wing backs would play as wingers in a 3-5-2.
Would you take him if he gets fit?
No.
I couldn't play football. I've got the worst hips in football.
Worst what? Tits?
No hips.
We should go watch one of these over 35s.
That is a must. When are they?
We played on Friday there, but I didn't make it. I couldn't get the wife was out, so I couldn't get a babysitter. But I was.
Imagine you're
See,
his
Nick
manager,
commitment
mate.
already. He's wanting to get back into you. He's
Nah,
not
if I'm the coach here, you're not coming back. You're just picking and choosing when you turn up to play.
No, there was loads of us. We're all busy. We're working men. It's over 35. Friday night, 8 o'clock kick-off.
serious, but football serious.
I know, serious, but it's not that
That guy's
serious.
been planning his team all week and you phoned him saying I can't.
He's planning his team all week. Phones up on a Thursday. Who's available? Aye. McCarth.
Right, last wee bit. The hero of Open Goal.
Can he do it? Tell me.
Luton.
Playoffs.
No.
I think
What a guy.
not the Forest are favourites, aren't they?
They're not going up.
No,
Sorry,
they're
I
not
love
going up.
Cal, but they're not going up.
Do you think so?
No.
Who, Luton?
I don't
Aye,
know.
no chance. Luton or Sheffield?
No, not Forest are brilliant.
No.
Not the
Rubbish.
Forest for me.
Sheffield, Luton.
We will. You
John
have
Fleck
got,
of Cal
you have
next
got Forest playing well, mate.
God.
So we
I
Swansea
know,
guy,
So it is.
I double by
Gary Monk, innit? Gary Monk.
Is it
Bad
Cooper?
double.
Steve Cooper?
Cooper's in it.
He just got player of the
What
year.
he's done, by the way.
He just got player of the year last night, Cal. How
Did
good
I
time
see
is he
that?
going to be if he gets
If he
back
gets
to
the
the
Premier
podcast?
League.
Mate, imagine him like Rudiger still guys like that, do you know what I mean?
You think he needs to do a wee bit more, don't you, on the ball?
Needs to do a bit more.
I agree.
Let's see if he's watched a bit of Luton.
We've been watching every week, we just feel that.
I'm hearing great things. I've not seen them very often, but I'm hearing great things about him.
He does, yeah.
I'll tell you something, mate. Again, our level, nothing compared to that. But Fulham handed their ass to them, mate. What
Mate.
about Fulham?
What a team, man.
Maybe a joke. They'll come straight back, don't know.
The man,
Why is
crazy
that?
squad.
Fulham and Norwich just do
I
that
just
every
love
year,
it. I
don't
love it,
they?
the two of them,
Fulham and
don't they?
Norwich, man. You come up, you'll go down.
They just want that parachute money for getting relegated, didn't they? And then getting
Saving the money
trophy
up,
back up.
Have you spoke to Cal?
Oh, still speak to him all the time. I've not spoken to him since he's been player of the year though, so I want to see his remarks for that. But we need, I know we've said it a few times, but
we'll get him on the
hopefully
summer.
if he's back home in the summer, I can get him on because he's
flying, mate, isn't he?
And he's barring it, mate.
I know, he's letting...
He's barring it, something brilliant, isn't it?
Remember at SWG3, the hat on, no fucking, not been a hair on him. Need to get his number, Andy, for that job.
Imagine like his interviews after, have you got match of the day and stuff like that? That'd be sensational, isn't it?
He's came out with some of the best all time. That's how his interviews, isn't he?
I know.
What a guy.
By the way, need to give well done to Forest Green as well. Regan Henry, 2 Scottish boys, Chris Cadden went down there, done really well. I think
Chris Cadden?
Liam Cadden.
Liam Cadden was in Team of the Year as well.
Brilliant.
That is
More important things we've got.
No, this is rocked. No, this is rocked world football.
Oh, this has.
And it's all came from Anderson in Glasgow. Boca have been accused of providing gifts to the league's referees this week.
Can't believe
How much has it rocked the Boca
If it's
community?
been frozen.
The pancake?
A bank is a real
Is that why you're in that?
What fell president?
Seen the play with the ball, is that what you're asking him to bring cash?
He's involved with it. Mate, what about that?
Backhanders.
Paying referees?
You tell us what.
What are you doing? I tell you who you must be paying. Fucking Bobby Madden after his decision on Saturday. Hibs Aberdeen. Tell me.
Did they not all
What was that
shocker?
when he
Oh
kicked?
my God.
What, Lewis Ferguson got kicked in the head?
Aye, and he gave the free kick to fucking Lewis Ferguson. No, the other way it should have been like.
He gave it Hibs, but then he gave it back to Aberdeen.
He loves doing that, didn't he? Bobby Madden loves doing decisions. Give it a team and then take it back.
Aye.
He done it to the
He
Rangers,
forgets
didn't
he's
he?
giving the
That's his
backhand.
new one, innit?
He can't say that.
Why is
How
his
can
whistle
you say
pink?
it?
What?
Why is his whistle pink?
So strange. The way he blows it with his tongue, innit?
Thursday is the biggest day in the year, innit?
Pink whistle.
You've got to get your horse Andy to get pill. Thursday.
How?
I can't wait. Mate, you coming out to no drinking, but just to show face.
Kev,
I'll show face.
tell a story last night out we had. When he was beating everyone at pool, we thought he was
Sorry.
drinking vodka coke and he was telling him just order me coke and tell
just-
size vodka.
aye. Was that in that pub in down? Okay,
Cover me.
don't get me a vodka, just get me a coke.
Embarrassing. Things he needs to do to win, eh?
Can I just say one more thing before we go? What a result for Man U.
That's the best they've been all year.
Oh, mate,
Best
what
they've been all
a,
year.
I was very
Tell
impressed.
us, Ralph, what was it like?
How bad are they, by the way?
I think this is a myth, man. You've got a good squad. See when you actually look
They're
at
shite.
1 to 11. Dallo, shite. Lindelof, shite. Who was the left
Dog
back?
shite.
Taylor, shite.
Dog shite.
McTominay, shite.
Oh!
Who was the other?
Headline.
Fred, shite.
Jason Lingard's moaning that he's not getting a send off. Who the fuck wants to send him off? I'd send him off your heads. He's fucking useless. Jesse Lingard.
See, even though obviously none of us have any affiliation to Man U, you just get angry watching them, don't you? Like, you get beat every 4-0 and that.
Do you know what we need again? The Premier League podcast, don't we?
No.
Talk about Steve Bruce's fat jabs.
I don't.
Were you Ralph? You had a pink jumper on, mate. Is it me or is that? Why are you in a pink jumper, mate?
Was it?
You had a pink jumper
Don't help
on.
yourself with stuff like that. Come out and represent yourself properly, you know what I mean?
But you're going to wear? Great question.
Aye.
Great
We're a
question.
teammate tracking.
What are you wearing, Tracky?
Are you?
Socks rolled up?
That's what you do, innit? The socks
Are you wearing...
we
are you
running
tucking...
trainers?
running trainers? I don't understand, man. Is it with a boots on the side of the
I
pitch?
don't like them. They're not going to go and play.
I know.
Are you tucking your big jumper into your short and your trousers?
Big jacket.
Oh, we've not
tracky.
asked. Are you going to maybe play?
I'm not sure, mate. I don't want to play.
No.
I really don't want to. But
It's a hard gig, that, innit?
But still
see, every time I'm on the pitch, mate, I'm desperate to be on the side. Do you know
What
what I mean?
about if you play assistants, so got it covered?
I think I've got that confirmed. I had to speak to a few people, but
Good.
It's going to be announced soon.
Amazing.
Can't wait for that.
Ready to go? Time to get to work.
Let's
Tell you
go.
what, a few teams shit themselves, that's for sure.
We going for a meeting?
Meeting. Let's go.
Let's go.